Hello, internet. Um, I just thought that I would do a for serious video because sometimes I'm a for serious person and I think for serious things. Um, so let's just do it. um, well, I guess depression is something that everyone knows about, don't they? And a lot of people have experience with it. A lot of people go through stages of it, and a lot of people therefore know a lot of people that have gone through it. Especially in New Zealand, it's a big issue. There's quite a big stigma over here about it all, and especially in the town I grew up in, actually, everyone seems to have it in that little town there. Me, I've been dealing with it, depression and anxiety, for about the past year and a half, and a few years before that I had a bit of a episode of feeling down quite a bit because I was sick for a year with, I don't know, long story. So I thought that I would tell you, the internet, how I deal with it, strategies I've come up with to sort of help me through. I've either come up with them by myself, or my counsellor's shown me these things, or I've read about it. Just because maybe you are wondering how to get through. It's the campaign in New Zealand. So yeah, maybe you can find something in here that can help you, or maybe you can find something in here that might inspire you to try your own ideas. Yeah, my counsellor actually recommended that I do this video because I mentioned YouTube as something I wanted to try, and she suggested putting up my story with depression. And I'm sorry, internet, but I just don't trust you quite enough to put up, my personal story. And maybe one day I will, but we're just gonna have to see how it goes, internet. And maybe one day I will, and someone will watch it and they'll go, yes, not the only one who gets sad about silly little things. But for now, I'm just trying to help you, the viewer, manage your depression, or maybe come up with some ideas for someone you know who is struggling a bit, and get you on your way to feeling better about life. First of all, medication isn't going to fix your depression. Other people aren't going to fix it for you. You have to. That other stuff helps. It definitely does. And sometimes you need that stuff. Sometimes you need the medication to even you out, and sometimes you need other people around. You can't do it by yourself. But unless you're making an effort, nothing's going to happen. And it's going to be the hardest thing ever. Giving up is obviously the easy answer. Trust me, I know. But just see what happens tomorrow, and then see what happens the next day after that, and then see what happens the next day. And sooner or later, you're gonna look back and go, hey, look at all those days that I just got through. I did that. I got through all those days. All those hard, terrible, disgusting days, I got through them. But pretty much you have to take life at your own pace, and you have to do it your way. You have to think about what you need to do to get better. It's really about you, and sometimes you don't want to get better, honestly. It's a hole that you're quite comfortable in. It's all nice and black and dark, and it's you've got the better up there, and it's scary because you don't remember what it's like to be up there. You don't remember that. But I hear it's worth it up there, so I'm giving it a go to see what all the fuss is about up there, I guess, and I would recommend it, definitely, just curiosity, I suppose. So, my strategies. They're mostly, it's not so much the depression that I'm targeting, it's because I'm a uni student, and the problem with my depression is that it stops me wanting to go to uni, and it stops me wanting to do my work, which therefore causes me to fail and, you know, not get my degree that I paid so much money for. And it just all snowballs. So my focus has been around getting myself, you know, to do life stuff, and not just lie in bed all day wallowing. I'm not a very organised person. My room is messy and all that's jazz, but this is mostly focused around organisation, and it just makes you more comfortable. I'll show you what you mean. So the first thing I have is this. How can you see that? I don't know. This is my weekly timetable. I made it myself with all the pretty colours, and I know it seems really intense, but it's not. Pretty much, you know, I've got my lectures that I need to go to, etc. And I've got, you know, when I need to get out of bed to get ready to go to those lectures, and then I've just got school written in here, which is times that I spend at uni to study stuff. And then, you know, I come home every day at 4 o'clock, and then I get ready for tomorrow, and then I make dinner, and then I've got these activities that I enjoy myself, such as WoW and painting and Gaston, it's my guitar. So yeah, there's that stuff on there for after school. So the thing about this is you don't have to follow it to a T. I honestly do not follow this very well at all. For example, today I went to this, I had a test, I went to that test and I did that, and then I did this, and then I went home here, and then I didn't do any of this. Okay? Because I had a bad day today. I just couldn't handle school, so I came home. And that's okay. The thing with this is you know, sometimes when you just think you've just got too much to do and you just don't even know where to start, this is your starting point. This is where you go. You go, hey, what day, what time is it, where do I start? And you look on your thing and you go, hey, it's Monday at 2 p.m. I have lunch. This is lunchtime. And that's what you do, you know? So you just divide up your time. It's a time management thing as well. I guess you don't have to have depression to do it. But it just, you know, it helps you divide up your time so life doesn't seem so overwhelming, because that's a big issue, is that life just seems too much. So you divide it up, and then you know which parts of life you're doing when, and it's easier to deal with. Okay? The next thing I have is my little diary here. You could probably make this into a chart, but the cool thing about this is stickers. You may remember the sticker chart from such hits as you're 7 and your parents want you to go to bed, or you're 8 and your parents want you to do the dishes. So yes, you'll recognise the sticker chart if you were a child like me, but it actually works. It's you know, I take psychology as a subject, it's a legit thing. And so yeah, you give yourself things you get stickers for, and then you get stickers for them, and then if you've got so many stickers, you can buy yourself a reward that you've been looking forward to. For example, I have, you know, at the end of each day, I put down the stickers I got, and I need to get 10 red stickers, and then I can get a big silver sticker here. And once I've got 10 silver stickers, I can get a prize from my wish list, which I have written down in a list. It's my wish list of stuff that I want. So that's 100 red stars I need. Okay? And, you know, I have set tasks for getting the stars. I have, if I go to all my lectures for the day, I get a little red star. If I complete each task I complete off my to-do list, I get a red star. And I set a goal each day, and every time I complete that goal, I get another red star. Hi, Sarah.
Learning. Oculus means friend.
You put it on my door. That's so nice. Yeah, so I get a star for completing a goal, which can give me a total of, you know, a lot of stars a day if I go to work and get my stars. So far, I've got 2 big silver stars and some little red ones there. Yeah, so that's the sticker chart thing. Is it delayed gratification, I think is the idea. I don't know, another thing I do is the goals and the daily to-do lists. So the daily to-do lists, I have folders like these, which have the days of the week on them. This one says Friday, so it's for tomorrow. And every Sunday, I spend 10 minutes, 10 minutes, looking at what I need to do for the next week, and then dividing it into days of the week by, when I have things due. And for each day of the week, I have a little to-do list on a little post-it. Okay? So, tomorrow's to-do list has 3 things on it. My to-do list usually has 2 things on it, but since I had a test today, I only had 1 thing on my to-do list today. I didn't do it, so I don't get a sticker for it, obviously. But, yeah, so that's the idea of the to-do list. You don't have to get through everything on the to-do list, and the tasks can be as small as you want. One of my tasks the other day was to draw a mind map. How that took me 10 minutes, okay? So, don't be too easy on yourself. Don't just be giving yourself mind maps. These notes take me about an hour and a half each. So it's at 3, 5 math. So tomorrow's going to be busy, but I predict I'm not going to get through this to-do list. And that's okay. I'm doing more work than I would do in bed, is the thing. But yeah, so for each task I tick off this list, I get a sticker in my sticker chart. Sorry, weird noises. So yeah, and then, I stick my to-do list in the folder here, and then I gather everything I need to complete that to-do list, and I put it in the folder here, so that when I wake up in the morning, all I have to do is grab the folder for that day and put it in my bag. And then I get to uni, everything's sorted for me. The thing with this whole organisation thing is it's very hard to keep up. Today, I don't get any stickers because I didn't do anything, really. I didn't set myself a goal last night because I was having a shit night. So I don't get a sticker for a goal. I didn't do anything on my to-do list today, so I don't get a sticker for that. I did go to the dentist though. But the thing you have to remember is it's okay if some days you fall a bit behind. All you have to do is look at this and go, hey, tomorrow I've got to do that. And just move on. Harder said than done, obviously. But that's what you have to do, really. So yeah, those are my 3 main things. When my anxiety was really bad, my goal for the day was just to go downstairs, leave my room, because I used to live in a hostel where, we all had our own rooms and we'd go downstairs for meal times and stuff. So I had really bad anxiety and I never wanted to leave my room, even to pee. Like, the toilet was literally across the room from my door and I didn't want to go out there. But, yeah, so one of my goals was to go downstairs for dinner. And sometimes I didn't complete that. Sometimes I couldn't go downstairs for dinner. But, other times I could. And each time it got easier and easier. That's what you have to remember, is it's very gradual, small changes. But you get there. You will get there in the end. So those are my main things. They are much more effective the more you use them, obviously. And you have to remember that not every day is going to work out how you plan it. And that's okay. Other important things to remember if you are depressed, Mr., Mrs. I go to counselling, I have a great counsellor, she's lovely. And, I just go there to talk with her about what's happened lately, to do with how I've been feeling and stuff. And she, recommends things I could do to help. And, I recommend things I think might help. And, she says, yeah, that's a great idea. And so I go out and do it, like this video. So yeah, ask for help. A lot of people I've talked to that have had depression have said, I don't want to go to counselling because it's, I don't want to talk to people about stuff. But they're not going to ask you your life story. They're going to ask you what you want to talk about, and you only have to talk about what you want to talk about. And it's more to provide you with practical strategies to deal with your depression and how to move on from it. Obviously, they need to, know where it started and stuff, but you don't have to explain the whole thing to them. You don't have to tell them everything. So I would recommend that for reals. The other thing is having friends and family around. I don't talk to my friends and family that much about my depression. I just don't want to. And that's okay because, I know they're there for me if I need them to be. And that's all good. But I just, I'd rather talk to my counsellor about it. So yeah, but it is just as... If there's something wrong, you tell your friends and family, probably. It's a good idea. It's just nice to have a support base around you, And the other thing is drugs. Don't do bad drugs. But if you go to counselling and your counsellor says, hey, maybe you should try these good drugs. And what they do is they balance out your mood. They don't fix you. They don't make you feel better. They just balance it out so it's easier for you to get out of, your slump. It just makes it easier for you to do your things. It doesn't do your things for you. It makes it easier, And so yeah, there's your help with getting you through your depression is, there's counselling, there's medication, and there's having a good support base. If you happen to not have a good support base, definitely seek professional help, and they will help you, identify sources of help. There's always phone lines, like there's the mental health crisis team. Google them. I don't know their number off by heart, but there's them that you can call, and stuff like them. And probably the most important thing is that being depressed means you don't enjoy things you used to enjoy as much, or, you think you don't enjoy them anymore. And it might just be the case that you don't enjoy them anymore, but, it is common to just not like them. Like, I used to love painting. I'm not any good at it. I just liked painting shit with a paintbrush. And, but, since I've been going through this, I just don't want to. I just think no one else likes this. What's the point? All that mental stuff that you think when you're sad. But the important thing is to keep doing it anyway. If you keep doing it anyway and after a while find that you actually just don't like it, you don't force yourself to do it, but you'll see, hold on, fix my screen, you'll see here I have painting involved, and actually sometimes I do enjoy it. I do enjoy coming up with a cool idea that I came up with and, turning it into paintings. You'll see I've got my canvases up there. But yeah, so Make sure that you have things you enjoy. They might not make you happy now, but things that once made you happy before you started feeling sad, and things that do make you happy. I've got every evening is filled with something I enjoy. I've got video games, I've got Gaston, it's my guitar, I've got painting, stuff that makes you feel good. Even if it's just hanging out with friends. Put time aside to hang out with friends if that's what makes you feel good. Yes. Okay. Well, I think that's all of my stuff to contribute to this conversation with myself. And I hope it helped, maybe. Even if these ideas sort of don't apply to you, you think, no, I just can't do that. Maybe you have to think about what you could do, or like an adaptation of the thing of the stuff I have. Yeah, the thing to remember is it is hard, but it's gonna be worth it, they tell me. Even if it's just out of curiosity, try to do it. So yeah, that's it, internet, from me today. Next Thursday I will hopefully have another one, maybe. So yeah, burping. Okay, good night, internet.